Hi everybody. So today I want to talk you through sleeping position when you're pregnant because there is lots of things to think about and it can often be the time that you need the rest the most, but you can find it so difficult to get comfortable. Now I have set up my sister Jo, who is 35 weeks pregnant at the moment, and I think she's having a little bit of a nap. So I'll just talk you through what I've done. So firstly, this is if you like laying on your back, and often I just suggest that you change the position that you're in as much as you can when you to mix it up, because some people love laying on the back, some people love laying on the side. So I'm going to demonstrate a few positions here. But what I've done is I've used a wedge cushion. And now you can get like acid reflux cushions, and they are literally wedge shaped underneath here, just to lift yourself up. And you can put that underneath your mattress at home as well to help to lift your head up, because you don't want to be completely lying flat when you're pregnant. One, for acid reflux, but also for your heart. When you're laying down, it's a lot of pressure, everything's coming up, and you struggle when you get heavily pregnant to lay completely flat. So they advise that you lift yourself up with some cushions. I've also got a little wedge cushion in here that is supportive of the lower back and of the neck, and it's coming through underneath her. And then I've got a classic pregnancy pillow, which your partners will probably hate you for, but it will become your best friend, and you'll, yeah, I absolutely love these things. They can get a little bit hot, but they really help to support you. So it's like a U-shaped pillow, and I've wrapped it around Joanne's neck and taken it underneath to support her arms, and then I've tucked it underneath her knees. Okay, so depending on how tall you are, you may need a second pillow as well. So it's just tucked underneath her knees. Then I've grabbed another sausage-shaped pillow and I've folded it in half and put it underneath her feet. But you could use cushions that you've got at home, but something to support underneath your knees and just raise your feet up a little bit. So, Jo, you look incredibly comfortable. So this is laying on your back and in a big position like this. I'm going to talk you through some other positions laying onto your side and how you get from side to side. So Jo, are you ready for a little bit of a demonstration? So we're going to take your feet off of this one for a minute. Okay, but you might want to have a cushion between your knees. So if you find that you're getting any pain in your pubic area, it may be that when you're lying down, you are crossing your legs unintentionally, but when you're sleeping on your side. So ideally, you want to keep something between your knees when you're rolling from side to side to help to prevent that twisting of your pelvis. So we can use this one. This is probably, either you're probably going to have either this shape pillow or the U-shaped one, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. But as we've got both, we're going to demonstrate with this between your legs. So just pop that between your legs. You can give it a good old hug. Okay, and then I want you to sort of lift your hips up almost into a bit of a bridge to then turn yourself onto your side. Okay, good. All the way onto your side. Now, this may be that this is now a little bit too tall for you, in which case you can get rid of some of the pillows underneath here, because now you're on your side, you might not need to be quite as high up. So we can just take this one away and then have a lay down onto your side there. Okay, so how do you feel? Is that nice and supported?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have done, and if we think about the position that we're in, we have had the back of the pillow here, which you can't see on the camera, so I'm just going to lift it up. The back of the pillow, the U shape, is tucking underneath you there, and it's really supporting you to stop you from rolling backwards, whereas the front of the pillow, or in this case she's got two, but you don't need to, you can just use one or the other, is stopping you rolling forward. So you're in a nice neutral spine, but in side lying position. Okay, so you've got your support with your knees, supported with a pillow so that your knees and your hips are level. You are not rolling backwards and you're not rolling forwards. The other thing that you want to think about is maybe supporting underneath your bump to stop your bump pulling you forward. So you can do this with this pillow by just making sure that you are tucking it underneath bump like that, or you might want to use a little rolled up towel just to support underneath your tummy. Okay, and then you can either hug a pillow, or if you're too hot, you can just have one between your knees as well. Really hope that was helpful, and a nice sort of description of how you get yourself from side to side, because it's often the turning in bed that's a discomfort, is before you go to turn, just move your pelvis back and forth a little bit as well. So you're just going to wiggle your hips back and forth before you turn. So if you try and do it in that position, then just to loosen off your back, because it's often the fact that you're static for so long and that your blood flow is sort of, your blood pressure is lowered when you're sleeping, and when you're resting in a supine position, that you can find that that's when you get the stiffness. So before you physically move your body left and right and turn over, just tilt your pelvis can help to loosen off your back before you move. And then when you are moving, think about trying to keep your hips aligned by moving them together. Okay, thank you. Sleep well.